Hey guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to get a great discussion on gaming and all that surrounded. Now, on to today's topic. Hey guys, Kingdom Hearts is coming out in just a couple days. I believe in 2 days from now, from when I'm recording. And I gotta say, I feel a bit mixed about it. You know, obviously, I feel mixed about it coming out. I mean, the game hasn't come out. I don't have an early copy or anything, but I feel really mixed about Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out this soon. Like, I think the series began in 2002, 2003, and here we are today, 2019, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. And I believe ever since I think 2005 when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I love the game. I love the first game, and I love the second game even more. Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite. But I don't know. I guess from then on, my what would you call it? Not my fanship. My feelings, or rather my me being a fan of that series has been quite strange. I think. I don't think I'm alone in this. I don't think I'm in the minority. I believe, when after Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I believe Birth by Sleep came out. And excuse me if I get these wrong, because it was a while before I really got, like really accustomed to the timeline of Kingdom Hearts. Not just the actual timeline, the canon timeline, the actual timeline of the release of these games. And Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, I believe came out. No, it was the DS game. That's right. It was 365 over 2 days or something like that. It was the one with Roxas came out, and I got that one when I was I think I was like 12 years old or something like that, or 13. It was 2007, 2008, whenever the game came out. And I played it, I enjoyed it. It was okay at the time, and I just couldn't help but think, like, oh, this is the backstory and whatnot. Like, okay, fine. When's Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out? Like, I enjoyed it, but it was like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is like the big one, and then I think shortly after that, Birth by Sleep came out, and I believe it was that was the secret movie, right, to Kingdom Hearts 2, the Birth by Sleep trailer, and it looked awesome. And I was fully expecting that to be a PlayStation 3 game at the time. I think everyone was thinking that, right? It was awesome being a Kingdom Hearts fan at that time, just because of the anticipation of what's coming next, and that epic ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, that really good ending. But we found out that Birth by Sleep is a PlayStation Portable game. And I was pretty young at the time. I don't think I could have been any older than 13 or something like that. And I guess at that time, when you're young like that, you kind of have that console war kind of thing going on. And so I guess not to be pretentious, but I wasn't really that into the console wars and whatnot. I think it was pretty big at that time. The mid 2000s with the PlayStation or PS3 and the Xbox 360 and what forth. But I really wasn't into the console wars like that. Like, I had a preferred system to be on, but I wasn't like I wasn't hating the other systems for that. They just didn't have what I liked at the time. So for me, getting a Birth by Sleep would be like the only game I would want on the PlayStation Portable. I think God of War would be another one, but it would be just 2 games, and that would be it. I really didn't know anything else at the time that would catch my interest. So I was like, I don't really feel like getting that game, the system, just for that. And I think that was I think that was the time where I wouldn't say my interest in the series died, but it was it was kind of this fatigue of when not only is when is Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out, but when are these games going to come to like the console systems? Because the PlayStation 2, really Kingdom Hearts was the only game that I really liked on the PlayStation 2. Like, there's a couple others, but that was like the big one. And, I'm like fully expecting, like, I was going to get a PlayStation 3 because of Kingdom Hearts 3, or whatever. Like, I would have been happy getting, 3, whatever the game is with Roxas in it. Jesus, I can't remember the name. But, the midquel with Roxas, Birth by Sleep, that came to PlayStation 3. I would have loved it there. I just like home consoles. I wasn't, handhelds are fine, but to me, Kingdom Hearts is better at home on a home console, So it was like at that point where I was just like, I'm just like really tired of these games coming to like these weird handhelds, like I'm just like, Kingdom Hearts doesn't really belong on the DS. Kingdom Hearts doesn't really belong on the PlayStation Portable. Like it's just a home console kind of series, And I also believe what's it called? That second Kingdom Hearts game, the one in the castle. That one was on the Game Boy Advance at one point. That one I did not know that was on the Game Boy Advance until like 2008, 2009. Like I really didn't. But I feel like, maybe I think in that instance I'm by myself in that. Like I didn't know that game was on the Game Boy Advance. But I feel like that alienates your audience a little bit, right? Because you're spending, so much time. Like, I spend all the time playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and whatnot, and I'm excited for the sequel. But then you get, things like these weird games that come on the handhelds, and they're all on different handhelds. And they're, if you want to play these games, which they're heavy on the story, there's retcons, there's all these different changes and things going on, that as a fan, you're interested to know what's going to happen. But they're all on different systems, and it makes it very difficult to keep up with that. Obviously, as a kid, you don't have money to spend like that. And even if I did, I'm like, I don't want to buy all these systems for just this one game. You know what I'm saying? So I think, by the time Birth by Sleep came out, I was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'll wait for a port for the, for the home consoles. Which did come, but it came so late, it was just, kind of ridiculous. I think, what was after that? I think it was, Dream Drop Distance came to the 3DS. And, I think by that point in the series, my feelings on the series also changed. Like, it's very frustrating being a Kingdom Hearts fan because, like, I really do like the series. I have fun playing them. I like the gameplay and I like the story. And, when you have, like, when you're, I think it was like 2012, 2013, and, like, the new consoles are coming out. You have the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, you have things like, you have the PlayStation 3 still, so, like, you want it there, like, as a fan, you want it there, you want to get that kind of, that home console experience, and they put it on a handheld again, and, it was just so frustrating. It's also really frustrating because that game was, like, the only time we get actual progression in the story. It's so frustrating. Where, like, you see all these spin-offs, and I do call them spin-offs because it's just so aggravating to, like, it's not really like the main thing, right? Well, whatever. I guess that's up for debate. But you get these spin-offs, these prequels, these midquels and whatnot, but you never get a sequel, an actual sequel. And Dream Drop Distance gave you that sequel, that what happens after Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's on the 3DS. And, I think it was 2013, so the 3DS was fairly new. And, like, I remember thinking to myself, like, I like the DS, but I'm, like, really not into getting a 3DS. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, like, at the time, I wasn't really interested in getting a 3DS. And, I have nothing against the 3DS. It has good software on it, definitely does. But, as a kid, I spent a lot of time on handhelds. They were I liked them. I kind of preferred handhelds at one point and that slowly turned into I preferring home consoles. And I guess as that preference changed, my thoughts on having a home, handheld games changed, obviously. So, also I like, I like the pretty visuals of a home console. It can do more than the handheld can. And, Dream Drop Distance kept that same engine that they've been working on since Kingdom Hearts really 1. Like, I feel like the engine never changed all these years. You get small little changes, but like that engine never really changed, and you see the same thing for so long. And I think by that point it built up a little bit of animosity for the series, and it built up a little bit of animosity towards the creator. I guess before I go any further, obviously I'm gonna get Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel like it's been so long, and like you, as a fan, you invest so much time into Kingdom Hearts 3 that I think it's, I'm getting it because I want to see the ending to everything. I want to see what happens next with Xehanort. How they're gonna beat Xehanort. Organization 13 comes back after all these years. Like I'm excited for all that stuff. But these are problems that I think are not forgotten within the community. I think a lot of people are also a little sour over that. Mainly because of the time it took to get to 3, the amount of spin-offs, or midquels and prequels and all this stuff. But I just feel that I just feel mixed about this coming out. Like, I'm excited, but I'm just like, why did it take this long? And I hate to sound like that, because I'm just like, I guess I always talk like that with games, like, why did it take so long for this and that and yada yada. But Square Enix has this way of making their games take a really long time to come out, and they announce it way too early, and it's just not, as a fan, it's just so aggravating, because I think Kingdom Hearts 3 got announced in 2013, either 2013 or 14, but I don't think it was 14. It was like 2013 or something like that. I hope I'm mistaken, it's not earlier, but it's like almost, was it 6 years? Like, oh my god. It's 2019. That's crazy. Or at least I think it's crazy. I mean, like them changing the engine, like that's such a, that's a big change. If you're gonna change the engine, the director Nomura had to be taken off of Final Fantasy 15, which also took an incredibly long time to make. Just the build up to this time where we're at now, and I've seen the trailers. I think I saw almost all of them. Lately I haven't been seeing too much of it, because I just want to enjoy the game. I feel like I'm owed that. But the game looks really good. It looks really pretty. It looks like the same kind of combat system. It looks more like Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 2, which was my favorite of all of them. But I just don't. Jeez, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Where was I? Jesus, I lost my train of thought. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. But when it comes to like actually, just wherever I was, we get the actual release date of this game. It just feels like it's just I don't know the word for it. I guess catharsis. I feel just happy and sad about it. I don't know. I guess I'm happy it's ending. In a sad kind of way. Like I'm just like, I wish it didn't have to end in this fashion. I wish it was a little bit happier, because I feel like a lot of YouTubers that I've heard and listened, they're just like, they're anxious about the release. For years that I've seen these people talk about it, they're just anxious about the release. They're anxious about the release date. Like, honestly, this doesn't feel real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe it's actually coming out. But that kind of sucks when you're like a fan, and for years you're just like, you don't know when this game is coming out and whatnot. And I don't know. I don't know how to really explain it correctly. I almost feel bad for criticizing this game, because I'm just like, should I? A lot of people love it, and I mean, I'm going to enjoy this game. I know that for sure. But I'm going to have my criticisms after this. I mean, I already kind of do. Like, I don't like all the Disney things going on there. Like, it's a lot of the newer things, and I completely missed a lot of the newer movies. And I had the chance to see it. I'm just like, I just don't have much interest in seeing these Disney worlds. I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I'm tired of seeing Aladdin all the time. Like, it's been in like a lot of those games, but I'm much more familiar with those older series than I am the newer ones. Like, I don't know Big Hero 6. I don't know not Rapunzel. Yeah, Rapunzel, Tangled. And I don't know Frozen. I don't know these movies. They're completely foreign to me. I do know Monsters Inc. and I kind of enjoyed that when I was small. And I do know what's the other one? Of course, I think everyone knows Toy Story. But I also kind of fell out of love with that series too. Like, I didn't enjoy the third one very much. I don't want to, I guess I'm going to end the video soon, and I guess I don't want to end it on a sour note. I'm going to be happy for this game when it comes out, but I feel like this is in an era, end of an era. There was so much time put into this. I think it's called the Xehanort Saga, or the Darkness Saga. I forgot what it's called, but the thing encompassing Xehanort and his plan and whatnot. But it's just an end of a time. I don't know how excited I am for the next Kingdom Hearts game to come out, because I know it's not going to end. But I think that this might be where my time as the fan kind of just next one coming out is not really going to be for me. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of got that feeling. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong, but I have a feeling that the next one that comes out won't really be for me. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that the only thing I can hope is that they do a better job this next go around with the series, because there's too many plot holes, too many retcons. The story still is too confusing. I think it's kind of a shame that there's so many videos trying, people explaining Kingdom Hearts and whatnot. Like, I looked that shit up years ago. Like, I don't need to know it now, and the fact that I'm still confused is just like, it's ridiculous to me. So I hope they do a better job next time of explaining the Kingdom Hearts story, the lore, and putting everything well put together. We still have to find out how this ends, because they have to patch in the ending. And what else is there? And maybe I'll just end it there. I spent some time. This is probably one of my longest videos, but it's interesting. I feel like this is like one of the for me personally, this is like one of the last games that I've been waiting for years to come out. Like, Final Fantasy 15 was one of them. I believe a God of War sequel, that was one of the big ones that I was waiting for. Spider-Man was, it's been a long time since we played a game like Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man, like a Spider-Man 2 kind of style. What else is there? Mario Odyssey. We haven't had an open world Mario game and like that in a while. I mean, it's a lot of, if this Kingdom Hearts just oddly just feels like the last one that I've been waiting for a long time, and it feels good in a sense, but I can't help but want to just think about what it took to get here. You know what I'm saying? The strife as a fan, seeing the other fans talk about how hard they want the game to come out, they want to be really good and all this other junk. As much as I'm not too big of a fan of Nomura, it would have been up to him to make the story as good as it is and to get everything perfect, whatever that means in his mind, but it's been a journey, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I think this means a lot to us, not just me. Kingdom Hearts is a big part of our childhood, and represents two things that people, I guess my age and a little older, people in gaming and whatnot, it represents that the history of Final Fantasy, bringing that to Disney, and how that odd couple worked out so well, and that kind of collaboration, how two things that just don't go well, that you wouldn't think would go well together, just absolutely perfect together. I think everyone loves Disney and whatnot, and so it puts together two things that are just really fun and really great, and have a lot of history and frankly are really important in media, not just gaming. So I think that it's a good thing overall, I believe, but I can't help but think that reviews might be swayed just because it's just to get the game out, just to actually play it. Just to play it finally, to get that chance to play this game after so many years. It's a lot of things. This is an interesting release, I have to say. This is an interesting release of the game, and I'm excited about how this game is looked at later on this year, years to come, and the series is how it's looked at from years to come, and how people will observe and learn from this series, because I think there's a lot to learn, a lot of good things, and a lot of bad things to learn from. So that's just my opinion. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Have a great day. Bye.